Welcome to The Explainer. Have you ever wished that life came with a manual, a clear, simple set of instructions for how to handle all the complicated stuff? Well, today, we're diving into something pretty close. One person's incredibly detailed blueprint for living. It's a set of rules they created to master their health, their money, and even their social life. Think of it as a personal operating system for a human being. We're going to break it down piece by piece and see what makes it tick.
I think we've all wished for that simple rulebook at some point, right? Just a guide to help cut through all the noise. And today, we're looking at one person's serious attempt to build exactly that for themselves. And this is way more than just a list of helpful tips. It's a whole system for managing everything from the moment they wake up to how they invest their money and even who they let into their inner circle. So, let's jump in and see what we can learn from this super structured approach to living a good life.
Okay, first things first. The absolute foundation of this entire blueprint, health. The author's whole philosophy is that without a rock-solid base of physical and mental well-being, all the other parts of your life, money, relationships, they just can't stand strong. So they've created a surprisingly strict framework, and it all kicks off the very second they open their eyes in the morning. This isn't about quick fixes, it's all about building a resilient foundation through day-in, day-out discipline. Let's see what that looks like.
Now, this isn't your typical hustle culture morning routine that's all about maximizing productivity from minute one. Actually, it's kind of the opposite. This four-step process is all about a slow, deliberate, and intentional start to the day. So, step one, waking up with gratitude. That's about setting the mental tone before the chaos of the day can rush in. Step two, a personal care routine, is really just an act of self-respect. Step three is super interesting, waiting an hour to eat. This actually allows your body's natural cortisol levels to do their thing, which helps prevent that mid-morning energy crash we all know and hate. And finally, a walk outside to connect with nature and get some sunlight, which is huge for regulating your body clock. It's this really cool mix of mindfulness, biology, and self-care, all designed to build a calm, focused day.
Okay, this is where the author's philosophy gets really juicy, and maybe a little controversial. In a world that is completely obsessed with fitness trackers, counting macros, calorie in, calorie out, they make this really bold claim. It's all nonsense. For them, it's 100% about the quality and the nutritional value of the food, not the raw energy number. I mean, that's a direct shot at a multi-billion-dollar diet industry. But this idea doesn't exist in a vacuum. There's a catch.
And here is that catch. This isn't a free pass to just eat whatever you want, whenever you want. The author balances this quality over quantity food philosophy with a very strict commitment to exercise. The rule is pretty simple. Every meal gets paired with intentional movement. So they aren't counting the calories on an app, but they are consciously burning the energy they take in. It creates this system of energy balance that's based on an active, kind of intuitive relationship with your body, instead of just plugging numbers into a spreadsheet. It's about feeling the balance, not just calculating it.
And to back all this up, the author has these non-negotiable daily habits that are all about keeping that energy and focus going all day long. You can see a clear theme here: constant movement and hydration to avoid feeling sluggish. Then you've got these brain snacks, stuff like nuts or berries, to keep your mind sharp without a big sugar crash. The pre-dinner workout is really strategic. It can actually help your body handle that evening meal better. And finally, there's a huge focus on gut health. No food for at least 2 hours before bed, and keeping all your eating inside a 6 to 8 hour window. This is basically intermittent fasting, and it's designed to give your digestive system a really long restorative break overnight. The whole thing is a system where every single habit supports all the others.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about money. If health is the foundation, then finance is the structure you build on top of it, the thing that allows for freedom and security. And no surprise, this blueprint has an equally structured and disciplined approach to personal finance. It's all designed to take the stress, the emotion, the guesswork out of managing your money. The goal here isn't just about getting rich, it's about building financial resilience. Let's see how it works.
So the whole financial philosophy here is built on 5 simple but really powerful principles. It all starts with that classic rule, pay yourself first. But here it's super specific. A non-negotiable 25% of all income before anything else goes straight into investments. That makes building wealth the top priority, not just an afterthought. The next 2 are all about building a system that runs on its own. Automating bills gets rid of the mental load, and meticulously tracking your money gives you the cold, hard data you need to see where every dollar is actually going. And the last 2, they're all psychological. Training your mind to avoid impulse buys is about mastering your own desires, and staying emotionally detached from your investments is absolutely crucial for thinking long-term. So you don't panic sell when the market dips, or get greedy when it soars. It's a system built for logic, not emotion. But the financial plan isn't just about saving and investing in the stock market. Nope. It also includes a really modern model for generating income that's all about building a community, not climbing some corporate ladder. This is the 1,000 true fans theory. The whole idea is that you don't need millions of followers or mass market appeal to be a huge success. You just need a small, dedicated core of 1,000 true fans, people who really, truly value what you do. And the math on how this works is pretty eye-opening.
And here's the surprisingly simple math behind that model. Just look at this. If you can create something valuable, a newsletter, a private community, some kind of service that 1,000 people are willing to pay just €10 a month for, boom, you've just built a six-figure income stream. It totally reframes the goal. Instead of chasing viral fame and millions of casual viewers, the focus shifts to serving a small community, but serving them deeply. It's a powerful reminder that in today's world, success isn't always about massive scale. A lot of the time, it's about deep connection.
But here's the thing. For the author, this financial goal isn't just about personal wealth or escaping the 9-to-5. They see it as a means to a much bigger end. Their mission, as they state it, is to use the financial independence they build to spread wisdom and truth. They make this really interesting distinction, arguing that while purely selfish financial goals might benefit the existing system, true, lasting value comes from selflessly serving other people. It's a really different way to look at the purpose of wealth, not as a scorecard to show how well you're doing, but as a tool to actually have a positive impact on the world.
Okay, so we've covered health, we've covered money, which brings us to the third and final pillar of this blueprint, our social lives. After diving deep into the very personal worlds of health and finance, how does this person approach the messy, unpredictable world of human connection? I'll tell you, this section has some of the most interesting and maybe the most controversial ideas yet. It's all about curation, boundaries, and values.
The social rules kick off with a very clear, very black and white stance on alcohol. The author's view is absolute. They believe that based on the science, there's just no such thing as a safe or healthy amount to drink, and they straight up call all alcohol poison. Now, obviously, that's a very personal choice, but within their blueprint, it's a powerful filter. By setting this hard boundary, it automatically shapes the kinds of social events and interactions they're a part of.
Now, this is where the social philosophy gets really nuanced and honestly fascinating. On one hand, the advice is to keep your core inner circle, the people you trust with your life, as narrow and as tight-knit as you possibly can. But, and this is a big but, this isn't about becoming a hermit. On the other hand, they believe you should be actively open to engaging with new people and new ideas in bigger social settings. It's this incredible balancing act between fiercely protecting your time and energy while also being open to the magic of new connections. You could almost think of it like a fortress with the drawbridge down. The core is heavily guarded, but new people are always welcome to approach.
And this mantra right here, achieve greatly, share minimally, it just perfectly captures that whole idea. It's all about going after your goals with everything you've got, but being incredibly selective about who you share your wins, your losses, and your inner world with. In an age where we're all encouraged to overshare everything, this is a radically private approach. It's a powerful reminder that not everyone needs or frankly deserves a front row seat to your life. Your greatest achievements can be for your own satisfaction, not for public applause.
And to guide all those in-the-moment social decisions, the author relies on these two core value comparisons. They're like a compass. The first one, health over pleasure, is a constant reminder to choose long-term well-being over short-term fun, which ties right back to the rules on things like alcohol and sleep. The second, confidence over arrogance, is a guide for how to carry yourself in the world, with genuine, quiet self-assurance that comes from being competent, not from a fragile ego that needs to be loud and get attention. These aren't just pretty ideas. They are practical filters for making choices in every single social interaction.
So we've walked through the three big pillars of this personal blueprint: a disciplined approach to health, a systematic framework for your finances, and a highly curated social life. It's an amazing and incredibly detailed system for living. But what's the real takeaway here? What can we learn from dissecting someone else's personal operating system for life?
At the end of the day, the goal of this explainer isn't to convince you to go out and adopt this exact blueprint for yourself. It's to inspire you to create your own. So the question I want to leave you with is this: which of these rules really resonated with you? What ideas from the health section, the money section, or the social section just felt right? What would you put in your own personal rule book for a life well lived? Because the real power of a blueprint like this isn't in the specific rules themselves, but in the simple, intentional act of creating it. It's about taking the time to design a life that's purposeful, that's aligned with your values, and that is uniquely, completely your own.